So a brownie sandwich is called a brookie, which is a brownie sandwich between two cookies. So the name is an amalgamation of brownie and cookie, brookie. Anyway, that's what I'm hoping to try today. I'm going to Treatz, which is a dessert cafe. It's a franchise, so they have different branches everywhere. I'm going to the one in Camden. So let's see what it's like. Okay, so next day, I had time to sort of contemplate my experience. So the ambiance, I mean, it's quite a small restaurant. It's not that big. And it's very kind of quite dim in there. It's purple themed, which is fine for me because I love purple. But it's got like a purple themed, sort of the lighting, quite dim. Um, so yeah, it was a little bit dirty in terms of the floor, a few crumbs, so I don't know what happened there, but generally, yeah, the ambience is okay. Okay, the service. Now, when I got there about 1:30. It opened at 1. Um, there was only one person there, so I don't know if that's one person for the whole day. Probably not. I'm going to guess that later in the day somebody else will join that person. I would hope so because not only do they obviously serve people who come in, but they're also on Uber Eats as well. And I could hear the ding, 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 and like the guy was just running around and everything. And I was like, gosh, it's a lot. But the service was good. I mean, luckily it wasn't too busy. I mean, there was a couple of people in front of me when I got there, but they were just getting ice cream to take away, which I found a lot of people were. There wasn't When I was there, I was the only one sitting in. So maybe later on people tend to sit in. I don't know. But yeah, the service was pretty good. I didn't have to wait too long for my brookie. So yeah. So the brookie, as you can see, it's like it is like a sandwich. So it's a brownie sandwiched between two cookies, and there's ice cream on top as well. It was actually quite nice. It's quite sweet. Um, but it was nice. The ice cream was good because it kind of took away from sort of the sweetness of the cookie and the brownie. I think this is probably the first time I've ever eaten ice cream with a fork, but anyway. I didn't finish it. It was too much for me. But I actually think this would be quite a nice sharing thing if you're going out with someone and you want dessert, but you don't want to have one each. It's a good sharing dessert. So yeah, it was genuinely it was nice though. Tiny bit too sweet for me and too much for me to finish. So I also had a mango smoothie, which was really nice. It was sweet, again, it's quite sweet, but it was really nice and refreshing, especially because we're in a mini heat wave at the moment in London, and everyone is, it's big news because over the next couple of days it could potentially hit 40 degrees, which it never hits 40 degrees in this country. So everyone's like in panic mode, the government, the media, it's crazy. But anyway, it was really nice and refreshing. So I finished all of that off. So definitely would recommend the mango smoothie. Right, so the cost for my brookie and my mango smoothie was, I think it was £13. I'll find out the right one and I'll put it in here. Yeah, it's £13, which I don't think is too bad for, dessert. Like I say, I don't know what you would expect to pay. It's London, in it. I mean, probably one of the dessert places I've been to that's a bit on the cheaper side. Especially the fact that I also got a smoothie as well. So my general thoughts actually was quite nice. I had a bit of, I didn't know what I was expecting because it's a franchise, and as you may have seen, I haven't had so far. I haven't had good experiences with franchises. But yeah, this was nice. So if you're ever in Camden and you just want to stop off or, a little sweet treat or some ice cream, um, yeah, I definitely recommend it. So that's about my review. Now, would you try a brookie? Is it something that you would want to try? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, Kate lovers.